What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Driver Workshop. In today's video I am going to modify my Savis Workshop lightsaber. Now the plan is to try and dirty it up a wee bit and just make it look a wee bit better. I do need to glue this bit back on because I got damaged coming through the airport. Yeah, literally I took this out of the carry case and this was still in it. I was like, that looks strange, what's going on here? And that was still in the bag, so I need to glue this back on. Shouldn't take too much, I'll just put a wee bit of glue or something on it. It's actually quite a tight fit as it is, as you saw, try to take it off. But yeah, I'm just going to dirty up a wee bit. But I do have plans for this section. This rubber bit that's supposed to look like leather. And I've actually got a bit of real leather. So I'm going to try and stitch that on. Originally I was going to try and make some kind of crystal chamber reveal in the middle section, but as I said in previous videos, once you light this up, the crystal doesn't light up. So once the blade is lit up, once it's ignited, the blade doesn't the crystal doesn't light up, so there's no point in doing that. I was going to try and redo the wooden grips, but for now I'm just going to leave them as they are. They are a rubbery kind of texture, and I was planning on repainting them, but repainting on rubber is not the easiest thing to do. I might just start peeling off. I might at some point in the future take them off and actually add in some real wood veneer, but yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is get this back on properly. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is just glue it back on. As you saw, it was a tight fit, so it shouldn't take too much. I think a bit of glue around here, and maybe on the edge here should be enough. I don't know how far this goes onto that, so I don't know if there's a gap there or not. But that should be good enough. Now, I'm not planning on dueling with this lightsaber because it would just damage it, I would assume. It's not really designed for that. I do have other lightsabers that are dual worthy, so that's fine. This will just be a display model item. And besides, it is heavy as shit. We don't want to be throwing this around. Yeah, just leave that, that should be done. So the next thing I'm going to do is replace this horrible looking, feeling rubbery wrap with an actual bit of leather. So first things first, I have to get this off. I'm hoping this comes off fairly easy. I don't know if it's been injection molded onto the part or not, but I'm just going to cut it. Oh no, it's just stuck on. Well, that's easy. Yep, that's simple. And this bit, I'll just get stitched on. And already that's looking so much better. So I'm just going to cut it to shape. What I might do is just put a bit of paper around just to get the actual size of it. And I could use the paper as a template. Then I will start stitching this. The hobby knife is probably not the best thing to cut this with, but it's what I've got and it works. So as you can see, there is a bit of a gap, but once I start stitching it, it will pull it tight enough where the edges will meet up. We'll just do the other side as well. Well, that's the first stitch done. As I said before, don't take what I'm doing as how to do it. I am just doing how I think it should be done. So I'm using two needles, one big long thread, bit of thread. I probably don't need it this long. In fact, I might cut it down. But I'm just going to go across and just stitch it. Like that. That's the stitching done. I just need to pop it on here and just tighten the stitches up. Normally I try and have the knot underneath, but the way it's worked out, it's going to be on top. So I'm just going to finesse this a wee bit more, try not to burst it, so it's a wee bit tighter. And there we go. Not the most perfect, but I'm happy with that. And that looks a lot better than this did. I thought I had hit the record button, but I guess I hadn't. So I've already started on the emitter. But I'm using some burnt sienna to start with. So I'll build up a few layers of that, do my usual, putting it on, dabbing it off, letting it dry, then building up the layers from there. Then after that I will come on with a black wash as well. So it is building up. I'm quite happy with the layers that are coming up just now. Going to keep on going for a wee bit. Maybe do another pass over it. Then I'll leave it to dry. I'll get some lunch because it's about lunchtime. Then I'll come back with the black. So that's that pretty much dry. Most of it is anyway. Not too bad. So I've made up the black wash. What I actually did was just add in some black to the burnt sienna. So it's more of a dark brown. But I'm just going to start again. I'm not going to go too heavy with this because I might just overpower it a bit too much. So I'm just going to go over a couple of wee bits to start with and see how it looks. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Not gone too heavy with it, but that's just made it look a wee bit better. It's made the Rancor tooth look even better as well. It looks less plasticky than it did before. Yeah, I'll leave this to dry. That'll be it. So there you go, guys. I think it's turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. It looks a lot better than it did, especially with the actual leather grip. I think that's turned out pretty good. I was going to try and repaint the Rancor tooth, but after weathering it, I feel that's helped it a lot. It does look a lot less plasticky. There is a wee bit of a chipped bit of paint on it, but I might come back and redo that. As I said before, I might come back and redo the actual wooden bits as well and use real wood, like real wood veneer, but I'm very happy how this has turned out. I just didn't take any pictures of it before, which is a shame. I do have pictures somewhere. I've got pictures of it when we first got it in LA. So that's a bit of a comparison, but yeah, I'm happy with it's turned out. It's subtle enough to make it look a wee bit more realistic, like an old saber. which it's supposed to be, and I'm happy with it. And so I hope you enjoyed that wee process, guys. I know it wasn't very hard to do, but I enjoyed it. It was a simple one-day project, which I kind of needed to do. I'm really happy how it's turned out. Now I hope it's inspired you. If you've actually gotten yourself a Savi's Workshop lightsaber, just a wee bit of weathering, a wee bit of customisation, and you can make it look a wee bit more individual. It's still a ton away though. You could use this for workouts. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button. And I'll see you next time on the Rebel Workshop.